Ever wondered how a website gets to your computer? Well, it's not magic, but the work of an intricate system known as a web server. These digital dynamos are the unsung heroes of the internet, tirelessly delivering the content of websites to users' devices all over the world. Understanding how web servers operate is not only fascinating but also essential, especially if you're a tech enthusiast or a budding web developer. They are the invisible force that makes browsing the internet possible, and the gatekeepers of the vast digital universe we engage with daily. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through the step-by-step process of how a web server works. We'll demystify the complex mechanisms that bring your favorite websites to life right on your screen. Ready to unravel the mystery behind the scenes of your favorite websites? Let's dive in. So, what exactly is a web server? Well, think of a web server as the tireless, ever-ready librarian of the internet. It's a computer or system that hosts websites, storing all their files, data, and content, ready to deliver them upon request. Imagine you're in a vast library filled with books, except these books are websites, and each page is a web page. You're looking for a specific book, so you hand over a request, or in technical terms, you type in a URL. The librarian, our web server, knows exactly where that book is in this enormous library. It fetches the book and hands it over to you. This is essentially what happens when you browse the internet. Every time you visit a website, your computer sends a request to the web server, which then fetches the required files and sends them back to your computer. This happens in the blink of an eye, providing you with the web page you wanted to view. Web servers also handle more than just serving websites. They manage email services, FTP file transfers, and cloud-based storage services, to name a few. So next time you're streaming your favorite show, purchasing something online, or simply browsing the web, remember the diligent web server working behind the scenes. It's making sure that the internet, this vast library of information, is accessible to you anytime, anywhere. In essence, web servers are the unsung heroes that power the internet. So how does a web server deliver a website to your computer? Well, it's a multi-step process that can be likened to a well-choreographed dance. Let's break it down. First, the dance begins when you, the user, enter a URL into your browser or click on a link. This action is like sending out an invitation to the web server hosting the website you want to visit. The URL or link you click on is, in essence, the web server's address. Next, the web server, upon receiving your invitation, springs into action. It's like a diligent butler, ready to serve you the web page you've requested. So it starts by looking for the specific files needed to build the web page. These files could be HTML files, images, scripts, or other elements that make up the website. Then, once the server has located and fetched the necessary files, it's time to send them back to you. This step involves some serious data transfer, and it's where the server's efficiency and speed really come into play. The faster and more efficiently the server can send these files, the quicker you'll be able to see the website on your screen. Finally, once the files arrive at your computer, your web browser takes over. It reads the files, interprets the HTML and other coding languages, and then assembles the website for you to view. It's like a skilled craftsman taking raw materials and turning them into a finished product. And voila, the website appears on your screen. It's a fascinating process that happens in the blink of an eye every time you visit a web page. So that's how a website magically appears on your screen. In the next scene, we'll dive into the different types of web servers and see how they each play their part in this intricate dance. But for now, just marvel at the magic of the web. Did you know there are different types of web servers? Each one is tailored to specific needs and use cases. Let's dive into some of the most popular ones. First up, Apache. It's an open source server that's been around since the mid-90s. It's highly customizable, which makes it a favorite among developers who want to get their hands dirty. Then we have Nginx, another open source option. It's known for its high performance and stability, even under heavy traffic. It's often used for load balancing and reverse proxying. Next is Microsoft's Internet Information Services, or IIS. It's part of the Windows Server package and seamlessly integrates with other Microsoft products, making it a go-to for businesses heavily invested in the Microsoft ecosystem. Last but not least, we have Google's Web Server, GWS. It's a proprietary server used exclusively by Google to serve its own websites. It's the secret sauce behind Google's lightning-fast page loads. Different servers for different services, but all with the same main goal, delivering websites to users. So now you know the basics of how a web server works. It's a fascinating piece of technology, isn't it? Let's take a moment to revisit some of the key points we've covered. Firstly, we talked about the role of web servers. They're the unsung heroes of the internet, hosting and delivering websites to users around the globe. They handle requests from web browsers, fetching the necessary files and sending them back for display. Without web servers, there would be no internet as we know it. Next, we delved into the process of serving a web page. It's a multi-step dance between the web server and the browser, beginning with the browser's request, followed by the server fetching and assembling the necessary files, and culminating in the delivery of a complete, interactive web page. It's a process that happens in milliseconds, repeated billions of times a day around the world. We also explored the different types of web servers, from the widely used Apache and Nginx to the Microsoft's Internet Information Services and the lightweight Lightspeed. Each has its own strengths and is suited to different types of tasks. In conclusion, web servers are an integral part of the Internet's infrastructure. They facilitate the flow of information, making it possible for us to access the wealth of knowledge and entertainment at our fingertips. Next time you click on a website, remember the intricate process and the hard-working web server that makes it all possible.